Hello, Sun City residents. This is Rusty Bradshaw with Sun City News and Stuff, and I'm here to give you some highlights from the Sun City Fire District Board of Directors meeting, which took place just a little bit ago. And the hot topic on the agenda was the 2026-27 proposed tentative budget. Now, it's called a tentative budget because it will be posted for 20 days, and then in June's board meeting, they will vote on the final approval of this budget. Now, the total budget is to be proposed at $22,217,051. That is an increase of $583,233 from the 2025-26 budget. And I'll go through line items and let you know what each major category is briefly here in a minute. Dominic Filosa, who was filling in for Gay Boldra for the financial report in the budget today, said there was a slight change in personnel cost from when the board discussed this tentative budget last month. He also said valuation saw a 4.5% increase for the property values, and wage adjustments and the step increase for salaries is up a little bit, and that's the slight change. And he also said that insurance premium was also a little up. Chief Rob Schmitz said that the board looked at different ways to reduce costs in some other areas of the budget, mainly in their capital spending and in other areas, to try and get the salaries to go up a little bit. The department is losing firefighters to other departments in the valley because they pay more. And he said that the Sun City Fire Department is near the bottom of the departments and districts in the valley in terms of wages. He said it was lower than the lower than the next highest department by 5.46% in salaries. Now they're looking at increases for engineers of about 9.3%. Captains will also see an increase, and across the board, personnel will get a 4% cost of living adjustment. And they will also get their step increases that is in the collective bargaining agreement. Chief Schmitz said that should give the department a fighting chance to get closer to even with other departments. However, next year they'll be back towards the bottom because those other departments will also be giving raises. Now, as far as the budget is concerned, tax revenue in this tentative budget is set at $17,737,051. That is $746,337 above last year. That's for tax revenue, property tax revenue. For non-tax revenue, it's $4,480,000, which is down $161,115 from last year. On the expense side, personnel costs in this budget are $18,914,413, which is $986,146 more than last year. For building and land, in this tentative budget, it's $335,053, which is $18,571 less than last year. For the fleet and equipment, the tentative budget has $749,994,000, which is $25,854 more than last year. For communications, the tentative budget has $962,688, which is $90,419 more than last year. Meetings, travel, and training will see a decrease overall. The 2026-27 tentative budget calls for $422,370, which is $33,409 less than last year. Administration costs in the tentative budget for 26-27 is $554,377, an increase of $12,679 from last year. And other expenses are $279,153, which represents a decrease of $479,894 from last year. So that, in a nutshell, is the tentative budget, which will go to the board in its June meeting for final approval, and that meeting is at 9:30 a.m. Tuesday, June 23rd, and will be at the Sun City Fire Department Community Room located at 18602 North 99th Avenue in the administration building of the fire district. Okay, that was the big item. The board also approved spending up to $22,000 out of this year's budget, the 25-26 budget, on 2 Ambu mannequins to be used for training. Now, they got 3 bids for these mannequins, and the lowest bid was $20,300 for both combined. Now, they left the decision as to which company they went with to buy it up to Battalion Chief Henson. He expects these pieces of equipment to last 10 to 12 years. And he explained that in the past, they have been using a torso mannequin with a head, but no limbs, and a couple of other pieces of equipment that are piecemeal, an arm and a leg and a patch of skin to let them train to put the IV needle in. These 2 mannequins will present something a little more realistic for people to train on. It was also reported that the department has 5 new recruits who are already in the field and doing well. And those are the highlights from the Sun City Fire District Board meeting. And again, they will meet next at 9:30 a.m. Tuesday, June 23rd at the administrative building at 18602 North 99th Avenue. Thank you very much for watching.